We could do with you, just then.
I'll tell you why we don't. I'll tell you why I don't do the next exercise, because the next exercise is painful.
Is it?
The next exercise, I'll tell you what it is, we won't do it. I do this when I do big teams, we do this exercise, right? And that says it all.
Yeah,
right?
literally.
We do an exercise where you make limited eye contact, you don't smile, you're straight-faced, you consciously mismatch and mismirror,
Yeah.
and you sit and stand back and create a distance that feels unnatural. And I tell you that it is excruciating.
Yeah.
People can only do it for about, well, I say 2 minutes, and normally that exercise normally finishes about a minute, because it's horrendous.
Yeah.
But what it does, well, there's a message in here. The message is, so you know how to build rapport, you know how to do all that stuff. If at any point during your client conversations you lose connection, right? Whether you're distracted, whether your phone buzzes in your pocket, whether the dog runs in the garden and starts barking, whatever, or someone walks by the window, if you lose connection, if you're distracted with your customers, this stuff happens very, very quickly. So rapport is broken quite quickly if you don't constantly focus on it.
A quick question. How it happened, if that's the other way, a good example was you had a valuation the other day.
Yeah.
Use that valuation as a really good example of this, where you get a lot of other things going on.
Yeah.
Very difficult.
So the valuation, was it the last one that went out to actually,
Was
wasn't
it?
it? Yeah,
Was it?
it's the
Yeah.
very last one. So great conversations over the phone with this guy, really good contact. He had to cancel the valuation. We were still liaising through email, kept calling each other, really wanted to get me round. Went round, I was meeting him and his partner. She was in the middle of cooking. They had a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old who were running riot. We all sat down at the kitchen table. Kids were there as well. She was still getting up and down to check for the cooking. They were asking about figures and whatnot and prices. We were getting into why they were looking to move and what their interests were, what I could help them find to move, and what's motivating them to move really. And he was all for it to begin with. He had another agent out, and then as fees come up, he lost interest. He had to go out and take care of the children that were in a separate room. She was still getting up and down cooking, and then I ended up finishing up with her and had to close her when it was both of them together initially. So it was all over the place. They weren't very much paying attention because they had too much going on at that time slot, by the sounds of it.
Yeah. Go
Some
on.
people live chaotic lives, so don't
Yeah.
they?
Yeah, yeah.
So some people are.
I mean, it was
So I guess
great.
it's just trying to sort of see how, when but they are kind of a bit disengaged, that they're the kind of people that just want one thing, don't they? They kind of just
Yeah.
want the price, they want you out.
Yeah,
They're that kind of customer.
That's what they think they want.
Okay.
okay.
No, that's what they think they want.
Yeah.
Because he was very engaging to begin with, but then he had to run off and look after the children, but that was when she was cooking,
Yeah.
and then she was very engaging at the end, so I caught them at different times, which is quite tricky.
Have you had
To
a
relay
decision
some
from them
things.
yet?
Not just yet, they are looking to postpone potentially after Christmas, but I'm chasing them for feedback regularly.
Okay. So, what have you learned?
I mean, I would want to catch them at a better time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think it was anything that I said that put them off and wanted him to leave the room. It was just because they had the children there with them. So it was just catching them at a better time. But I think that they didn't really give me the best
No.
that they could have.
So let me ask you, let's say you could replay, when did that happen?
Friday,
Friday. When did you put the appointment?
a week prior to that.
Okay, so you're on the phone to him a week prior to that. You now know what you know. He says, I'd like to see you at that time. What do you say?
I haven't got that time slot available.
Well, no. What questions might you ask?
Are you available to come to the office?
Good. So okay.
Well,
Let me tell you what I would do.
decision makers. and
Just
then they meet
noticed
both.
you were obviously really busy around that time.
Mm.
You can obviously point back to the children and just say, no, obviously you've got a 2 and 4-year-old, obviously things are quite busy and it's cooking time, it's dinner time.
Oh, you mean what could I speak to him about after?
If he was to say
So-
about
Oh no, you're on
Now
about
that you know it,
Yeah.
okay, you've got this window of insight, right? It's brilliant.
Yeah.
You now know that customers like that, with young families like that, at that time, can be distracted and you can find yourself completely disengaged by one or the other. So how do you manage it in advance? The way you manage it in advance is you just have a conversation. So you just say to someone, oh great, so we're going to go on that day. Do you mind if I just check? will I be able to speak to you and your wife for the duration of the viewing? We're going to need about, how long, 45 minutes?
Yeah.
We're going to need about 45 minutes. I just want to make sure that I can give you the best service
Okay.
by ensuring I've got both of your full attention. Will that be possible during that video? Just checking, I just want to make
Yeah.
sure that you get the best from me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if he says, well, that's probably going to be dinner time, you won't need to say no, you can go,
That's really nice.
and he might say, oh, do you think that's not the best time? Well, if you can assure me that, that you and your wife will be able to give me your full attention, because I just want to make sure that I can explain everything properly to you, that you get the best service possible from us.
Because we do always ask who we're going to be meeting, and we'll be meeting both decision makers. Better to talk to both of you in order for you to come to an ultimate decision while I'm there, but not necessarily is it the best time for you, kind of thing. A lot of people do say how long is it going to take, and we advise them. So from that, we always think it should be the right time for them. They've told me they want that time.
Yeah.
I can get them booked in. I'm going to deliver that for them. They want that time. I've got it available. and I get out to see them.
What time was it on a Friday?
4:30.
Oh, okay, so it's quite early to be doing that for making tea and stuff,
Yeah.
okay?
I suppose you've got little ones.
I suppose 2 and 4 year old like 7 o'clock, isn't it,
Right,
bedtime?
so
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
So then they kind of have that
Yeah.
and maybe a bottle before bed.
But I guess it sounds to me like you handled it in the moment as well as you can, because you can't say to the
Yeah.
guy, well, don't go and see the kids, I'm here. You can't do that.
Yeah.
That's it.
Great rapport, right?
Yeah.
But what you can do is just try and set an expectation in advance.
Yeah.
And you're always going to get the odd outlier. You're going to get someone that you think has told me they're going to give me their full attention, they're both going to be present, and then you rock up and they are in the middle of dinner
Yeah.
and stuff.
I mean, that has,
Yeah.
it's never happened to me before.
No.
Because people do.
It's a good example,
generally ask-
isn't it?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is a very good example because
Yeah.
it's the first time it's ever happened. But most people generally want to get you out and they
Want
know
to
how,
engage with you, yeah.
Yeah,
and they
they do.
know how long you're going to take because we advise them on that. We ask who's going to be there. So normally it goes very well. But yeah, it was just a bit all over the place,
Yeah.
chopping and changing and
Yeah.
leaving the rooms.
And I would say I'm not sure you could manage it better in the moment.
That's it.
It's the advanced stuff. It's setting the expectation
Yeah.
for them.
So just know what to do differently. before-
Yeah. How could you ensure that they understand and appreciate that they're going to need to give you that time?
Yeah.
And I guess by saying things like you've just said, is it the best time for you, and will you have around 45 minutes to go through everything with me? Then, because it is quite a big sort of thing, it's quite a big thing that you're doing,
Yeah.
however you want to kind of approach it, then by asking that up front, hopefully they might then have said, oh, we've actually got 2 children, and at 4:30 will probably be, they might have said that,
Yeah,
if we'd said,
that's
is
it.
that absolutely the best time for you? And I guess if we got more information on the Val, how many children they've got while they're looking at moving,
Yeah.
and what age are your children? We've got that 2 and 4 year old, and they're saying 4:30. You could even make suggestions around that and say, oh gosh, isn't that normally? You could say something like, oh, is that tea time for you? I just want to make sure I've got the best time with you. So actually, if we're doing, as you've said, in advance, we might be able to avoid those scenarios for you.
It's a shame they hadn't organised grandparents to come have
Yeah.
knowing they'd got
Yeah.
a booking.
Exactly.
It's planning their selves as well as
Yeah.
I mean, I've had
frustrating,
that
isn't
before.
it?
Yeah.
I've had the grandmother there and I've sat down and spoke to him and he's looking after the little one, and I've also engaged with the little one and the grandmother
Yeah.
for that
Yeah.
report.
Yeah.
So it's good when people are prepared like that, but
Yeah.
it just goes to show
Yeah.
not everyone was prepared.
And then when you think about,
Oh, sorry.
no, come on, Jim.
I was just going to say, you just want to re-emphasise that you're there for a reason. You don't want them to miss anything.
Yeah.
That's the whole
Yeah.
reason of the
Yeah,
point, isn't it?
absolutely.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's all legal and everything's sold in. So
Yeah, it's a legal binding
once you get the
document, isn't it?
instruction on, you don't want
I
anything.
think it's just something
missed.
to always double check on the booking of the bowels now.
Yeah. So when we book the vows, we spoke about changing the valuation form,
Yeah.
and then also that pre-call as well, and
Yeah.
just like you've spoken about summarising. I just want to summarise before I come out and meet you, like we did the other day with the
Yeah.
guy that I can't remember which one it was. Remember we spoke to him and he still went out.
Oh,
David would drive
How
area.
much you needed in order to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you've got all that information, I'd just like to summarise. Obviously the information that my colleague has taken just before the valuation. If you did all that as well as what we
And we
do,
also set him up, didn't we, to avoid disappointment, but we still went out to make the effort
Yeah.
to create the relationship.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's way off price wise, but yeah,
Does that make sense then, to be
Yeah.
able to,
Yeah.
I think it's the work you do in advance of those meetings rather than the work you do in them.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Set an expectation. Maybe think about how you position that with everybody, so that you just say, we find that the best outcome is achieved when you can dedicate 45 minutes. We're undisturbed. I've got both of you
Yeah.
guys that are stakeholders and decision makers in the process. But just have a way to frame it.
Yeah,
So
just
that you're
kind
not
of
saying-
talk them through it,
Yeah.
prepare them so they know what to expect really.
Exactly, and then they go, actually 4:30 on a Friday is probably not the best time. Can we do?
Yeah.
And they come to their own decision.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And it's like you've said, when you look about each one you go into, and then you come out of it and think, what went well, what didn't go
Yes.
well, what could I change?
Yeah.
Translating that back to the team and saying, I had this scenario
Yeah.
today in the morning meeting, and saying, maybe, but hopefully we'll correct that anyway with Valfor,
That's it,
but
yeah.
going back and actually just looking at our process and what we're doing and whether we could change that.
Yeah. And you'll all, as you say, you'll all learn from that as
Yeah,
well. if you
definitely.
Kind of
Share
regroup
it.
and
Yeah.
share it. Yeah. Yeah.
Even
Good.
so far, I mean, taking so much away from it already, so
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Good. Okay.
Fab.
We will look at blocks to listening a bit later on. So when you're in these situations, there are things that stop us listening. Okay? There are things that just get in your own way. Most of them are us. We are our own biggest block to listening. But lots of stuff goes on. Your preparation to speak, I know what I've got to say next, so you kind of wait, yeah, when you're finished, and then you go, right? You meet people that are doing that all the time.
That's the
preparing to
problem
speak.
when you've got a script.
Yes, it is,
You're
yeah.
trying to keep to a script. That is the problem.
Yeah.
You're going to speak.
Yeah, because you're right, scripts are very difficult because then
Yeah.
you're constantly thinking of the script.
I've done script work before, and that's that. As I say, it's a big problem.
Yeah, gets in the way
Mm,
of your ability to listen.
Yeah.
Then you've got a similar thing, your own agenda.
yeah.
It's not just the script, it's just, God, I need to get this sale or whatever, and that's in your head. Presuming things, all right, this area, I know roughly what it's going to be, and I know that they'll be doing those presumptions, stop you asking questions and stop you listening. Daydreaming, thinking about cooking the tea or getting back to the partner or whatever it is. Things that happen, the kids,
Yeah.
the cooking, stuff that's is trying to minimise some of this stuff in advance. Boredom, sometimes someone can go on and on and on a bit and then you kind of tune out. Where am I? Comparing and judging, which is someone says something and you kind of, oh, that's interesting, I didn't think about it like that. And then, or you might go, well, I wouldn't do that. And it actually, in your head, you say it to yourself. And it stops you from listening, because then they carry on, and then you think, oh God, I've got to pick up the thread again. So, but noticing what's going on for you as you're listening to people.
Yeah.
Filtering, you decide what's relevant or not in your head. You go, oh, gone. And I've been in conversation with people, I don't remember him saying that. Yeah, so really, because they filtered it out, didn't land. Impatience, wanting to move on, wanting to finish so you can get to, I just want to tell you what this is, or I want to move on to something else. Multitasking, trying to do something else while you're listening, perhaps not so much with clients because I'm sure you're focused. Actually taking notes can get in your way, can stop you from listening because you're halfway through something or you're finishing something off there, halfway through something, they carry on. And the final bit is the self-talk, the conversation that you have with yourself. We all have that inner voice. It's constantly chattering away about stuff, some of it useful, some of it not so useful, depending on where you are in the day and what you're thinking. But we'll talk about this a bit later and just think about what it is for you that you might need to respond to, what might you need to do to stop whatever is your biggest block to listen. Okay, so then we talk about trust. So we've talked about rapport, we talk about relationships. What about kind of creating throughout the life of your interaction with clients? How do you create better trust or build stronger trust? So some obvious things in here: keeping your word, doing what you say you're going to do. If you forget to follow up for whatever reason, it will break trust. Again, some of this stuff's obvious, but worth just making sure that we kind of take it on board. Listening and being interested versus not listening or talking too much. If you find yourself talking more than the other person, checking on yourself. That's a huge eroder of trust. People sit there thinking, I just want this person to stop now so I can either carry on or get on. So kind of managing yourself. Creating value versus asking for too much. This takes us back to that emotional bank account. Have you created enough value, made enough deposits before you ask for something? Sharing insight versus having limited knowledge. So better to say nothing than to say the wrong thing. Yeah. Caring and supporting your customers, you know, this warmth thing versus ignoring issues and needs. If stuff's coming up, even if you're busy, even if there's other stuff going on, just acknowledging and providing support. You don't always have to have the answers. Just showing people you've listened, you understand, you care. You'll leave it with me. I'll try and do something, rather than just not responding. But actually, showing vulnerability builds trust, rather than pretending you know what you don't know.
Yeah.
Showing vulnerability. Do you know what? Actually, I'm going to be honest with you and say I'm not sure about that. Are you happy if I look into it? I'll talk to Maxine, or I'll talk to one of the team. You know, we've got a great team of people. I'm sure I can find it, but right now, I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure. People will respect you far more for that than trying to front it out.
Yeah.
Admitting mistakes versus covering them up. Again, obvious, but being honest versus kind of over-promising or white lies, and actually being too agreeable is a trust breaker. If you're too agreeable, people unconsciously think, if you agree to that, what else do you agree to? Which might not serve me as a client. So sometimes being honest and saying, actually, you know what, I need to challenge you on that. Or I'm not sure we're going to be able to do that, or I'm not sure I can go to that level, or whatever it is. But actually trusting yourself in the moment and saying, no, if your intuition tells you it's not the right thing to do, or you shouldn't be agreeing to it, don't agree to it, and people will respect you more for it.
Yeah.
Okay? That's how you kind of go from rapport to developing stronger relationships with clients throughout the course of your sales process with them. Okay, so let's just have a
Recap.
quick reflection. What are we thinking? What have we written down in that last...
I'll probably say pass. Just the first thing that you mentioned, just the personal depth and just getting as much information, the relevant information that I can use that going forward, and then maintaining that trust barrier and ensuring that everything's followed up correctly, and you're not skipping anything, and you're not providing any white lies. And like I said, if you don't know, just ask the question.
Yeah.
So.
And I think the team are really, all of us are, quite honest and straightforward, and I think all of us would say, if we don't know, we'll put our hands up or whatever, so yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
And that reflects back to your query with the house that you've got on, and what you mentioned, if you make them known from the offset that it's not what we feel is a suitable level for marketing, then they don't have a big shot later on down the line.
Yeah.
You've already set your expectations.
Absolutely.
And then they know then when they're eased into it rather
It's
than...
not an uncomfortable conversation,
Yeah.
which is how we do it, isn't it, actually? If someone wants to go on at a higher price, we'll always say, we're happy to test the market, but we don't want our guys in the office to have an uncomfortable conversation at some point in the future. But actually, a better way of actually saying it is, like you said, let's set the expectation now, we'll put it on for this length of time, and after this length of time, are we okay to adjust it to this? And then at least then you go back to that, and then you say, at the outset, I know Shanice did this, and actually we're at that point now, are you happy for us to? So actually, rather than saying we don't want the staff to have an uncomfortable conversation because she could have, we're singing from the same hymn sheet, but actually a better way is saying, can we set the expectation now? We'll test it at this, which is slightly higher than all the evidence, but actually, so let's go slightly off track, but relevant to the conversation.
Keep us
I think
in
we've had
control.
them experiences a lot lately.
Yeah.
A lot. I mean,
There's a lot of overvaluing going on.
We've had properties where I've gone out to value, another agent's gone out to value. They've come back to us because the agent has unsold their property and reduced it. Well, wanting to reduce it to what I officially valued it at first of all. So they want to come on with us. They were happy that we were honest. I've had circumstances where they're on quite high with another agent, gave them my valuation. They're not looking to come to market, not necessarily with us. They're coming off completely just for the Christmas period because they needed more. They needed 200, but it was roughly around the 180, 185s. And they were on for the 200 with the other agent. So they're coming off completely. They feel like they've been educated and they were happy that we were honest about it. So they might come back to us if they can take that cut in the future. So we've had a few circumstances like that, and I think a lot of people's feedback. I mean, that was that guy that gave us the review the other day.
Was it?
He's not working with us, but he's happy that we've been honest, and
that's good.
would want to in the future if it suits him.
Yeah, because you've listened to, it goes back to certain parts of this, you've listened to him,
Yes, yeah.
you were interested, this is the split, isn't it? Is this the split on James
No,
Nelson?
that was another one, but
Oh.
that was very similar to.
Yeah. So, you know, he wanted 200, the house is only worth 180, there's 4 others in the road at 195 and sold, he wanted 210.
Yeah.
And so, you know, our job is to listen, like you've said, be interested, give the correct advice and be honest,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And say, you know, really honestly, walking away from the business, and at this time, I'd love to say we could get it, but all the evidence is, and these houses are identical, they're new houses, they're all identical. So I think, yeah, be curious, be interested, and get the result that's right for the business, because it's, like you've said, it's not always about the sale, it's about having the right people on at the right time
Yeah.
who want to sell at the right price.
And they'll remember that rapport as well.
Yes.
So
Exactly.
chances are they're going to come back.
Hopefully we'll keep in contact with them.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And although we didn't get the instruction, it's all about what time
It's
you
about
spend
the
and
brand.
what's worthwhile as well.
Yeah.
Because although you didn't get an instruction, you got a review, and it gets them talking. Then they've obviously got contacts, and they think, you know what, I've had some brilliant advice from Wilson's.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't necessarily provide them instruction, but if you got a house, then
Yeah.
Yeah.
And him and
Yeah.
David Drive, he's potentially looking to let out now. They've
Oh,
come to a
yes.
mutual decision, and they want our lettings department to speak to them, so we might have won it that way.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
it's just finding a way to work with them forwards, whether it's now or even in the near future.
Absolutely.
Referred him over to Jason, so he's looking at mortgage wise with him.
Yeah.
So any inch of business we can get out of them, even if
Yeah.
it's not now, they're
It's-
happy that we've helped them move forward in
Yeah.
their lives, not just a sale.
Yeah. And I think that's what's key here. That's what, you know, the biggest thing for me that comes quite natural is that when you close, it being the right time, you're not always going to get the business from that
That's
person
right.
at that
Yeah.
point in time. But being interested, being curious, listening, and thinking, at least it's the right time for them. And I've walked away from many valuations before when I've said, I think you really should take the time, reflect on what I've said, think about it, and come back to me, because I'm not sure now is the right time for you.
Yeah.
Well, on the flip
Yeah,
side,
it's
it's
good.
all down to our time as well, isn't
Yeah.
it? Going out, getting it
Yeah.
on the market, and then it's just not selling.
Exactly,
Waste
our
exactly.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't do anybody any good, does it?
No.
Then you're, the market.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
It is a trust package. For me, it was the acknowledging other people's experiences. Like, tell me more about that. That's something I'm definitely going to be taking away and moving forward. Yeah.
Good, thank you. Well done. Well, so listen, that's an excellent kind of framework. So we'll get next into the process. Do we want to take 5 or 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Quick, another leg stretch, perhaps get a drink? Or,
I don't know what's going on with this now. I need to do it again.
Pressure.
Once you pop your pants up, they say, that's the
I do say that.
that is a saying, isn't it? Just,